Yes, sir.
Okay. That's good, man.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. A lot. Just had a game today.
Yeah? How was
Just
it?
tired. Yeah, it was all right. It was really we tied 2-2.
Okay.
It rains. It rains a lot over here, so it was like it was muddy and whatnot. So
Yeah, you guys
yeah,
play rain or shine, eh?
yeah,
Huh? How
yeah.
so where are you currently right now? Where are you in Finland,
In
right? But
yeah, in
where
Korsnas, so it's like a small village. It's like 4 hours away from Helsinki.
okay,
So Helsinki is like the main city. I guess everyone would know.
right, right.
But yeah, it's like a small village, literally just one supermarket, one gym, one field. So everyone like this like a tight knit community, you know?
Right. You can't be
Yeah. So
distracted.
nah,
Uh,
there's nothing else
is-
to be distracted with.
have you been to
Just
Helsinki yet? You visited Helsinki yet?
no. I landed there when I first came here, but then I took a train straight over here.
Right.
There's another city close to us. It's called Vasa.
Mm.
So that's like the closest city that we go to every now and then to go do like some shopping just to get a coffee or whatever and just chill. Yeah.
So before we talk about you now, I want to take a trip back to you
Okay.
before. All right. So
All right.
you're from Toronto. You grew up in
Mm-hmm.
Toronto. I'm
Yeah.
guessing born and raised.
Born and raised.
All right. So how was
Yeah.
that growing up in the city? What was it like?
It's all right. Um, so just in general, for just I lived on one Western Road all my life. So it's like you see, you know everyone growing up. Played soccer with everyone I was growing up. Just did my school. Yeah, it was all right. No, I didn't experience anything too crazy growing up, so
Mm.
it was a
So you,
calm childhood.
so you say you went to Weston? So that's a
Yeah, so I
popular
lived
school.
on. Uh,
It's like
it was at the time, yeah. So I went to Weston from grade 9 through to grade 12. Um, yeah, just did my time over there.
so what I know is that that Western community is like what I'm guessing like little Somalia in the city of Toronto. It's like where you will find like multiple Somali restaurants and stores and like
Yeah,
and then we have that big soccer field right behind there with the Western Alliance where you
yeah. So
played a
growing
lot.
up there, you kind of just know everyone. Everyone just, especially during the summer, everyone just goes to that field. That's kind of like the kick up spot, whether you're playing, whether you're just chilling. It doesn't matter. You go there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of restaurants, a whole bunch of Somali stores, like convenience stores, everything. So it was like there's a lot of Somalis in that area. So yeah, yeah, it was pretty easy fitting in because everyone else is kind of just like you. You speak the same language, have the same background. So yeah,
So you've been playing soccer all your life. That's what I've
yeah,
known you for. That's how I met
mhm,
you.
yeah.
When did the love develop and how did you first get started playing soccer?
So my dad used to play back in Somalia, and then he came here around I'd say 1990-ish. I was born 94.
Mhm.
So from the moment I could like walk or whatever, I was going to watch him play, and then he started coaching Hilac. I can't remember exactly when, but he started coaching. So he kind of got me into the basics of just like playing, just like for the love of like he got me to love the game basically. Um, yeah, he was one of my first coaches. He was my first trainer, whatever you want to call it. Basically, yeah, he was the reason I'm playing till this day, basically.
Your dad is a legend, and we're gonna talk about him in a
Yeah.
little bit. All right. So I'm gonna save him
Right.
for that. But you started playing just like every other kid. When did you know you had it like you had enough to maybe go far and you had the talent to maybe push this and hopefully take this as a
Yeah.
career? When did you know
So
that?
basically, I didn't play like like competitive soccer until grade 9. So Western Wolves was kind of my first club team that I played for. Before that, it was just kind of Halal and just playing on my own and like with friends or whatever. But that was my first club team, and then from there it was just team to team to team, whatever, all the way until just basically developing like by myself, kind of with different teams, playing all the time basically, because that's pretty much all I did throughout my
I
childhood days,
remember.
even till
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
even till now, that's all I do. All my friends play, so like I said, it's either we're chilling at the soccer field or we're playing. It's like always around the ball.
Hmm. And so
Yeah,
you played on the defense side, but
yeah,
I've seen you everywhere on the field. Like I don't think I think you're the definition of like positionless soccer. Like I can
yeah.
because I remember you. What I remember you taking a free kick, and as soon as you kicked it, I look up and you're literally inside the box of our goalie on the other side. And I'm like, yo, he just
Yeah.
kicked it. The ball is like, we're just trying to rebound the ball right now, trying to run around, and you're already back, right? So
Yeah.
when did you when did you know you wanted to play on the defensive side more than you wanted to play anywhere else on the field? And what really pushes you to be, man, you're a beast on the field. So what pushes
I
you to be
appreciate
that
it.
beast to fully be as physical as you are?
As a kid, everyone wants to play attack. Everyone wants to score goals, do the tricks on the wing and whatever. Um, I don't know. I honestly I can't tell you exactly what pushed me to the defensive side, but it was kind of just like the passion defenders used to show in at the professional level. They just like the love for a good tackle, the love for like a clearance off the line or whatever it was, and I was just like I don't know. Like when you fall in love with the game, you just fall in love with every like
Yeah.
aspect of it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
just
played on the same line. I was never as close as good as you were. Let's just be honest about it. But yo, you held us down. Now I'm telling you, it's like it's straight
I
up.
tried, I tried.
And then as a backup, what did you do? You were a goalie. I remember
Yeah,
you
so I
saving.
I pretty much played everywhere, every position, throughout my days. But yeah, whenever so on Halal, whenever there was no goalie, I would sacrifice,
Yeah.
for the team and just and fit and like play goalie.
And you were actually,
Yeah,
it wasn't no joke. You were actually a sick goalie too. Like you held it down. Like I remember you saving
I
some
appreciate it.
penalties in crucial
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
Like it's
That's just reactions and like kind of just reading the game from the strikers or whatever point of view and just
mhm,
being at the
mhm,
right place, right time kind of thing. So I've never like actually trained as a goalie, but
mhm.
just as like from my like I think like a defender, and then you have the ability to use your hands and stuff. So
Just react.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
do you do some goalkeeping for Korsnas currently, or are you like a backup third string type of goalie?
In training the other day, I just filled in on goalie because our goalie got injured a bit. So,
Right.
but like that was just for like a shooting drill or whatever. But that was just for fun. But nah, I don't think I don't know. There probably is a backup goalie. There is a backup goalie actually, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. The team would put me in the net, but I don't mind. I'll play and like any position needed. I told them when I first got here, any position I'm needed, I'll fill it. I'll step up. I'm ready for the task.
Well, so let's talk about Korsnas Football Club.
Okay.
Walk me through what was it like when you got that call? What was like the journey to making it all the way to Finland? And
So basically, it started. I'd say March. I started going to like different combines and stuff with OPSM. That's the agency I'm working with.
okay,
So they just host different combines and stuff, and then they're connected all over the world through collegiate stuff, through professional, semi-pro, whatever. So I went to a combine in March, and then they had like a total pro training. So like it was just like a training, like for a week long. They had a training thing in Ottawa. So I went to that. They kind of gave me a rundown of what they saw, what I could improve in, and like just basically assess my whole game or whatever from what they saw and what they believe I could do and whatever. So then went to that next month. After that, I went to another combine in Pennsylvania, in the States. Um, that went well. Just kept in touch with them, kept training. So they also do a bunch of training programs and stuff. So just staying fit by myself because there was no team sports in Toronto,
right,
in Canada in general.
right.
So it was just kind of
Yeah, because of the
like
COVID,
doing that.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, because of
we were
COVID,
hard
everything
shut
was
down.
shut down
Yeah.
until recently. So I was just training on my own, training with the guys at OPSM, like it's online. And then went to another combine in June in Michigan. And then from that one, a couple of weeks after that, they hit me up asking me if I was available for a trial in Finland. And then that's how that came across. That's how that came through. So through OPSM, the agency. And then after I got here, it's very different city life, that's for sure. But yeah, they weren't doing too well, so they like looked elsewhere for players or whatever. And then so yeah, I played 5 games so far, have 2 wins, 3 ties, haven't lost yet. So this
I'm not saying anything, but I think that that pickup might have worked out. That's what's up.
I'm doing what I can.
I'm
doing what I can.
Did you know anything about Finland before you moved there?
Nothing. I've never been here. The only things you hear about Finland is like you'll hear about them in the Euros and stuff.
Right.
Then that's about it. Like, the capital city is Helsinki, but you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know they kill it in the Winter Olympics. And like because I know it's
summer basically doesn't exist over here.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's different. That's for sure.
What is your, and I'm guessing that now that you are playing, that your prime focus is to continue with your soccer career and to but do you see yourself ever coming back to Toronto and playing maybe for Canada?
Honestly, I'd if it was up to me, I'd play for Somalia first. To rep the home country, represent, but it's not really up to me, it's whoever kind of gives me the call up and whatever. I'd love to play for Canada. Why not? That's not an option. That's not an opportunity you deny,
It's true. No, and then like the Canadian soccer team is on the come up, right? So
we'll see what happens. Exactly. There's a lot of big names on.
It's true.
And just elsewhere, play in Europe, play Champions League, play. Yeah, opportunities don't stop after that.
I'm telling you, Alfonso is like killing it right now.
Exactly.
So let's take it back here. Come back to Toronto. Hilac, you said your dad was a coach of that team. What can you tell me? Well, to begin with, I got the jersey behind me right now.
Yeah, I see it over there. The retro ones.
That's the retro ones, the blue one. What can you tell me about the team, who they are, and how you I guess how you discovered them? I'm sure it's through your dad, but what can you tell me about the team?
So my dad, and there was, I think, maybe 3 or 4 coaches that put the team together for the youth. I don't know when it started, but it started way back in the day. At first, it was just training sessions and just practices. And I'm sure you remember running from Kipling Collegiate all the way to Benadir and back.
Yes.
But yeah, so it started off with just training and stuff, and then little tournaments here and there. There's always the Christmas tournament, Somali Week. Every year there's a little Ohio tournament you go to. So during the winter there's the gym, portage that everyone plays at. So it's been going on for as long as I can remember. There's been 4 generations that have passed through Halal, I think. So it's from our generation and then the younger boys, and then now there's my little brother, all my little brothers play for Halal.
Wow.
So it's just a community-based team for all the kids that want to play Somali soccer, that want to train, that want to get better, just because a lot of the guys that play for the adult team all play for different clubs and whatever. So there's a lot of skill over there. There's a lot of potential, because a lot of the guys are still young and they're still, I'm sure they still want to make it pro and whatever. So the opportunities will come for them, hopefully, inshallah. And yeah, so it's a built organization that's been going on for a good 20 years.
Yes.
And yeah.
What are some of your best memories from traveling with the team? I can think of a couple, but I want to see what you got.
Definitely the Ohio trips. Definitely the Virginia trip sticks out for me because that was we only went once, I believe.
Yes, it was once. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's and Halal and Harista Ayub.
Yes.
Ayub was over there. I remember all the original veteran team.
Yes. Yes.
That was one of the last memories I have of all the original vets.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ayub was an amazing goalie, man. Halal and Harista, man. It's a really good person. God rest his soul. What game was it where man, I don't remember his name, where one of our guys put a headlock on another man and dragged him to like the corner of the field, like the dark corner.
Yeah,
we got into
I remember that. I think that was one of the Somali games.
No, but it was in Columbus.
I'm not sure.
I think it was in Columbus, right? Or was it? It wasn't in Toronto.
Yeah, you might be right.
Because we got into it wasn't our turf, right? And I think they did something to one of our guys. It's some of the crazy. And then there was that incident in Somali week where when we got into a little scrap and one of our guys picked up the flagpole and then started whipping the other guy.
Huh? Yeah, we were a heated bunch. We were a heated bunch. We were just kids with the hot heads.
It's true.
Yeah.
But again, though, that was the best thing about Halal too, right? Like at least it gave us a place to go to, right? That we
there was everything aside. Yeah, so everyone lived their own life on the weekdays or whatever, and then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, whatever it was always like we all link up at the field, at the gym, at whatever it was playing, and then there's always the tournaments you look forward to. There's always the Christmas tournament we look forward to. Always traveling to Ohio, we look forward to Somali Week, and then there's like over here and there. There's the games that you play at Western Lions.
Yeah,
it was a good experience, and I miss playing with all the vets.
Yeah,
I have to do an alumni game.
I think so too. We might need to set that up when you come back.
Bring everyone know. Yeah.
I got something for you, and I want you to tell me what you think of it. All right, 1 second.
Okay. All right.
Show starts in 8 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack.
So tell me where you were when you guys got this. This thing's huge, bro. This thing is heavy.
I took that home for a couple of nights.
You remember this one?
Of course. Yes. I can never forget that one.
All right, tell me about this.
Never forget that. So basically, that was the work in process. We've been playing Somali Week for a good 10 plus years,
right?
I'd say. It was 2018 summer. I still remember it. 2018. Can't remember which month, but it was 2018 summer. So basically, that was like we had pretty much the youngest squad in the tournament. But we were always down for a fight, and that was when everyone was kind of maturing, realizing that like we can ball, and that like we don't need to play anyone else's game, and we just like focus and like we'll beat anyone that comes up against us, type of thing. Yeah, so 2018 summer, I'd say that was probably our best team because everyone was in shape, everyone was playing like consistently. I remember every single game, every single little bit of detail. I could go on for days.
Yeah, tell me something about that.
So basically, the group stages started. We played We played 2 games. So there was only three teams in our group. Everyone else had 4. So we won the first game. I think it was like 7-1, and then we tied the second game. So we had to wait and see. We were in the same group as Hilltop, I believe. So we had to wait and see their result against the team that we slapped. And they only won by, actually, sorry, there was 4 teams. So it was us, Tigers, Hilltop, and can't remember the 4th team. But basically, the top 3 teams, we all tied each other. And it basically came down to who beat the top 2 teams that beat the 4th team the most. So we won 7-1. Tigers, I believe they won like 8-1 or something like that, and Hilltop only won 5-1.
Wow.
So Hilltop guys,
who you guys beating down on?
It was just a bunch of kids. I say they had the youngest team. So it was a bunch of kids trying to get their experience, you know.
It's true. Yeah, we were there once. Yep.
Yeah. So I remember, so we came out through goal differential. And then the next game, I think it was against another Minnesota team. We faced all 3. There's 3 teams that came from Minnesota. We faced all 3 of them in that tournament. So the next game was a quarterfinals. We won that game 1-0, I believe it was. Yeah, and then semifinals was like a day later, because that whole tournament happens within like a week and a half.
Right, it's back to back.
Yeah. So you're playing quarterfinals one day, you win. Next day we played semifinals. We won 1-0 as well. And then finals was the matchup we've been waiting for ages. It was against Benadir. Because somehow we've been playing in the same tournament as Benadir for ages, and we've probably faced them only once or twice.
Right. That's
so we've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
They made it all the way to the final, so it was gonna be a good game. But we just had the cards were in our hands. We started off the game. We started off the game hot. Scored one of our boys, Kwame. Shout out to him. He scored a hat trick that game.
Wow.
One of the young boys. His name's Omar. He scored his first Somali League goal that day.
Wow.
In the finals.
Nice.
And then that kind of just wrapped it up. We won that game 4-0.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that was like one of the biggest final wins I can remember.
How was it lifting that thing for the first time? Because like we've been grinding for years, right? I remember.
I've been waiting for that. That was the one trophy that in Ohio that I still have yet to get.
Yes.
But inshallah, that'll happen soon.
Yes.
But yeah, that was one of the trophies that we've been waiting for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you said you took it home for what? For a week?
Oh yeah, for a couple of days until the coaching staff wanted it back.
Right.
I ran off. I'm not gonna lie. I ran off with it. So the trophy celebrated. Had the trophy celebration. Yeah. We turned up in the change room, whatever. Everyone kind of just did their own thing. So we went out for dinner first. Just a celebration.
Yeah.
Right after the game, and then everyone just kind of went on their own way. But yeah, I took it home for a couple of days. I had it right beside my bed.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, so it was great. It's a great summer.
Out of all the traveling state teams that come to Toronto, especially for Somali Week and other tournaments, what city has the best team? Is it Columbus? Is it Minnesota? I know some teams from Atlanta come down at times. Some guys from Virginia.
So there's 2 that stand out for me, and that's Tigers and TMT from Ohio.
Okay.
Those, like, TMT hasn't come to Toronto in a while, but back when they had their full team, there were some serious ballers on that team. Tigers too. Tigers always has a good team. It's always a competitive game with them. So whenever we have to face them, it's like it's always it's going to be a good game.
Tigers are the Minnesota squad?
Minnesota nice. Tigers, yeah.
Nice. And like, do we have any teams that also come from Europe or like out of the continent?
Yeah, so there has been Hilltop, so they're from the UK. North London also from the UK. But they only came a handful of times. Hilltop was the main team that usually comes almost every year for Somali Week. I think that's about it. Some of the teams grab a bunch of players from all over the place, but
Right.
as a team, yeah, I'd say just from the UK is about it.
And from what I can remember too, Hilal is one of the original teams that actually like built their squad from the ground up. Like all the players, like they're
Yeah,
from the youth and just made their way up. And you guys won in 2018. Right?
yeah. So there is a few teams now that have a bunch of youth, like Somali teams,
Right.
but if we're talking generations, then yeah, Hela is one of the teams that like me and you started over there back when we were young, and
Right.
then
Right.
it's made its way through. Now it's like my little brother's 12 and he's playing right now with Hela.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I was in
so I
grade,
have
yeah, I was in grade 8 when I started. So the same age as your brother. Yeah,
yeah.
about 12 years old. Well,
Mhm.
this is a good transition to your family. Like you, first of all, like you come from one of the best families I've ever met in my life. Like your pops, man,
Appreciate it, bro.
your pops is like I can't speak highly of him. Like not only was he a role model to all the guys, but everyone on the team looked up to him as not only as a
Yeah,
mentor, as a father, but as a big brother. Like we can
yeah.
definitely count on him when it comes to the just talking to him, and he was very humbling. So what can you
Mhm.
tell me about the impact he's had on you, and how much that's helped you guide you throughout your life and where you are today?
Well, he's always kept it like 100 with me.
Hmm.
If I had a shit game, then I had a shit
Hmm.
game. If I had a good game, he would tell me, yeah, you did well, whatever. He got me into playing soccer, so it was I owe everything to him and my mom, both of them. Shout out to them.
Yeah, yeah.
They took me everywhere from when I couldn't go anywhere. So starting from my first club team all the way until like I was able to drive or like bus on my own and stuff. They were driving me to my late games and driving me all over the city, all around the GTA. So shout out to them. So he was just like he was a jokester kind of guy. So he
Biggest jokester. Yeah.
like cracking jokes, like making like not making fun of people, but like getting at people if they mess up or whatever.
Right.
So it was like it was easy to talk to him about it, and he had a love for the game that I've never seen
Yeah.
like anyone around me ever have. So it's like once the game starts, he was dialed in, and it's like after the game we can joke around, but during the game it's like you got to be locked in, and that's where I kind of get my mentality from. And it's like once you hear the first whistle, it's like yeah, you're not friends, and there's no friends, there's no like partners and whatever. None of that. It's my team against your team,
Yeah.
and that's like for 90 minutes this basically war. Yeah.
Would you say you're the best player, what's called in your family? Or would you say you have a little ones that are
I have
coming
to
out
back. I
that
have to back myself up.
you think so? Man, you
Nah, but
got
the,
your
the
little
youngest
one, your
one, the
youngest
youngest
ones,
one, the
yeah.
youngest, my youngest brother is 12 now, and like he started, like he's talented. So like if once he gets to my age, I inshallah, he's probably gonna be. He should like that's our goals for him and himself too. Is he wants to play pro.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'd say if anyone, like looking back a couple of years, if anyone had the most potential, it'd be him
Hmm.
because of just how naturally talented he was and how talented he is at a young age. He started playing when he was 4 years old. He started playing house league youth under fours. Yeah, so it's crazy. Like as soon as he started walking, we had a ball at his feet, and it comes with like me, I have two younger brothers
Yes.
before him, and then he's the fourth younger brother. Even my sister played for a bit, but like everyone in the family was playing and watching and like just always involved in soccer. So it's like he was kind of raised by the ball,
Hmm. Hmm.
I guess you could say. But yeah, he's just like naturally gifted. I guess he like just him watching all of us play, he picked up on everything, like all the different attributes from everyone, and like he's got the most potential that anyone else had.
And now that he has an older brother who I guess like who can showcase and show him the ways and how to follow that path, I'm sure
Yeah,
that would make it easier for him. So I'm just gonna be
yeah,
very
for
thankful
sure.
for that.
Just in general, me and my two younger bros, he's the youngest. So we've been like on his ass about training and like
Mm-hmm.
staying fit and just getting
Mm-hmm.
better. So whenever we go train, he's always tagging along.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's his own choice. Sometimes it's like us saying you have to come, because obviously at that age you want to play video games and
Right.
just chill and stuff. But like, you know, his love for the game, like it comes naturally. It wasn't really forced, and it's like he started. Yeah, we had a ball at his feet from when he was young, but we weren't forcing him to always come watch us play and whatever. He would always want to come play, and like it'd be like, Omar, do you have a game today? Or Asman, do you have a game today? Whatever. And like, can I come watch? Like when, especially like when he was in school, he'd be like, yeah, because we have like an indoor league on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when he doesn't have school on the Monday, he'd be like, yo, I don't have school tomorrow. Can I come to your game? And it just comes naturally, you know. And like those little things, like it feels good. Just like he like, you know, you look. It's like not, I wouldn't say it's my own, like having your child love the sport,
Right.
but it kind of is, because he's 12, I'm 26, so I was like mature enough to know what's up by the time he was born, and it's like raising him kind of thing, you know.
And is he playing like on? So is he playing for Hilac now? I guess. And all your
He plays.
three brothers
So everyone plays for Halal. So they're 23, 19, and then 12. So they like that just goes to show that there's 4 generations of Halal just in my family.
It's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
Just in my family alone, there's 4 generations, and then it's like, yeah, he's playing U13, I believe, right now. So he plays for Halal, and he also has a club team on the side.
If I were to tell the 13-year-old version of you that, you know, a couple years down the road, you're going to be playing soccer in Finland, what would you say?
That he would be?
Yeah, that you would be. So if I were to talk to you when you were 13 years old and to tell you that you're going to be playing soccer in the next couple of years and in Europe, what would you say?
Mm-hmm. I tell you, you're crazy. Because it's always been a dream, you know. I've been playing for like 20 years. So it's always been a dream to play pro. And it's always like, so that's always been the goal. Because ever since I was a kid, that's like kind of like the only thing that I wouldn't say got me through life, but it was kind of like the only thing that I had going for me. Because I'm not really too much into school. I graduated from Humber, but I graduated with sports management, so I was still involved in sport.
Right.
So sports was kind of the only thing that I enjoyed passionately, and I looked forward to doing for the rest of my life, kind of thing, and whatever, you know.
From the first time I saw you, you had the talent. So to me, like it's not a surprise that you're here today. Right, like from the first moment I shared the field with you, you were a beast, right? And even back in the day when we were 14 and 15 years old. So the fact that you're here today, I'm not shocked by it, and it's only going up from here. And I wish you best of luck, brother. Like, and one of the things I was also said in my intro, that like not only you're an amazing soccer player, but you're an amazing teammate. An amazing traveling buddy, and somebody that like I enjoyed hanging out with while I was playing for the club.
Same, bro.
Yeah, you definitely
memories were made.
You definitely were. Like we can count on you in terms of like riding for every person on the team if we needed to. Right, like we look behind. It's like, where's Omar? All right, he's behind me. All right, cool. So what's up?
I'm already. I'm already in front of you.
There you go.
Just once like. That's what all my friends, but like I'm not even call them friends anymore. Those are all my brothers, whatever. You know, it's just you don't even have to like. I just know that I hold myself to that standard or whatever, I guess you can call it.
Right.
It's just kind of always being there, for whoever needs me.
Yeah.
Not even just you know, like my closest homies or whatever.
Right.
Just anyone in general.
And I can say the same thing too on the soccer field, because like when I knew you were behind me, like I wasn't worried, like because like if this guy passes me, like I know you're gonna take him out. Like I'm 100% I was confident that if you were behind me, I'm good, right? So it shows you the impact like you had on your teammates, bro, and like that's for real. So
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
really no, I really appreciate you. And listen, like I can't speak enough of you and your family. Like you
I
guys, the
appreciate it,
impact
man.
you've had on the team, the Hilac team, and only
Yeah.
like Somali soccer in the city of Toronto is I think will be remembered for a very long time. And I
Thank you.
really wish you best of luck. You're gonna be killing it. Definitely gonna be watching your games going forward. And
Inshallah.
like I want you to know, like this platform is yours anytime. Like you want to come by
Yeah,
and
for sure.
chop it
I
up.
appreciate you having me on here. Yeah.
Now, man, I told you,
It's
man, I was
interesting because this is the second interview I'm doing in a matter of 2 weeks. So it's like
right.
you
There's
sign
nothing
that
out there of you.
co-contract, and it's like I
Yeah,
did a interview with the Somali athletes, the Instagram pages, like I did on their Instagram live,
yeah.
and
But do
that
you
was
know
a little
why?
interesting.
But you know why though, right? Like it's the it you don't often get to see Somali excellence out there like that, right? That's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
displayed, right? So whenever you get to see someone making it out and like, it's we really appreciate
Yeah.
it. And me personally, I
Nah, I
know you as
definitely
your
feel the
story,
love.
right?
Yeah.
So like I had to definitely have you on. And
Nah, I appreciate you having me on. This I like this one. This is like a reminiscence to the past.
yeah, no, that's what's up,
Like,
man. We had a really
yeah,
good squad back in the day.
yeah, a
We had
lot.
some really good like going from guys like Hannah, Zach, man, Ayub, our goalie, Alana Haristo.
Yeah.
The man, I'm losing
Salmans, the
names.
two Salmans.
Salman, yeah, the two Salmans.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, like
Bro, there was a lot of it.
I mean, these guys could have like I'm sure all those guys that I just mentioned could have gone far, right? So
Yeah,
we had
100%,
amazing
100%.
talent, right? And then
Yeah.
you in the back in the defense, like we'd be holding it down.
We
So
were one of the best teams in the city for a while.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Had the city on smash for a while.
So tell us, what is how can we catch your games? What's your schedule looking like, and how do we look? How can we watch you? What is the
So the games are not really being broadcasted like live or whatever.
right?
They do get recorded, so I'll have like clips like at the end of the season. I'm gonna try putting like a tape together or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so I
Are
got
some of the
4 games
games?
left.
Are the games started to cut you off? Are some of the games maybe
Yeah,
on
no worries.
YouTube? Do they post like
I don't know. I'd even have to check because I know that like they record the games, but
right?
so the past games that I've played, I would have to ask for the game tape for myself.
Hmm.
So I don't know if they're posting anywhere to be honest, but I have it like in my email and stuff.
Right. Okay. But
Inshallah, next year I'll be playing at a higher level and higher division, and I'm pretty sure they broadcast their games live and whatever. So it's
good.
like, but yeah, that's my plan is to like come back here next year, inshallah. At a higher division, a different
Yeah.
team, different experience, obviously. But hey, it's I'm loving the experience so far. So it's like, why not
Right.
come back?
And you said you have what 4 more games for the season?
So yeah, four
Were
more
you guys
games. Before I got here, we were it's like second last, and then now we're mid-table. So it's like it's out of 12, we're seventh right now. So literally right down the middle.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, we got 4 games left. But like the thing is, it divides into 2 halves. So the bottom half of the table is fighting for like a relegation spot, like to avoid relegation, and the top half is fighting to get promoted. That's just the structure they do it here.
interesting.
So
It's
yeah, so
cutthroat
right
over there.
now,
It's
yeah,
cutthroat. Holy.
basically you play everyone once or twice, and then it comes down to fighting for your relegation or promotion.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got 4 games left. It's looking good. We
And
have
what's a
me and
promotion
my
look like? Sorry, what's a promotion look like of a club when a club is
so we're
promoted?
in the third division right now. So
Okay.
the top 2 go to the second division. So top 2 teams will go like, and then from the second division, 2 teams will come down into our division. um, yeah, it's pretty competitive. It's like, so I played against the third place team. We tied them. That was my first game here. Um, and then another team that was in fourth, I believe, we tied them as well. So I know that we could like, if I came earlier, we probably would have like done better, kind of thing. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or
No,
whatever,
no.
but yeah. So, but like,
It is what it is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if we came, because me and my roommate, so he's from America as well. So we got here. He got here a game after me. So we've only played 4 games. But I feel like if we got here earlier, then it probably would have went a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
they
guys
weren't having too good of a season.
You guys shut down the
before we
back
got
end,
here.
Since you guys got
Yeah,
there.
he's a striker, so he's been
striker.
scoring, and then I've
You've been
been
cutting out.
trying to
Look at
shut
that.
it down. Yeah,
They picked up the right 2 pieces.
yeah, exactly.
Less goals for them, more goals for us.
Exactly.
That's what's
Nah,
up.
but it's been a great experience. So right now we're still in 7th, 4 games left. Probably gonna finish 7th because that was the cutoff. So I don't think you can like finish any position higher than that. But they'll be staying in this league, in this division for next year, and then hopefully it goes well for them. But I'm not gonna lie, my goal is to move like to a higher level, higher division. Doesn't matter where. But yeah, definitely just keep the once I got my foot in through the door now, so it's kind of just letting my game do the talking type thing.
Well, one thing I know for a fact that like your hard work and commitment is unmatched. So I know like when you put if that's a goal of yours and you put your mind to it, inshallah, like it's only time will tell, right? Just
100%.
right, just to, keep your focus and just stay sharp and remain on your goal. So
for sure.
Omar,
There's not much else to do over here.
What do you do? But
literally, okay, so a regular day, a regular week will be like we'll train 3 times a week, have a game like on the 4th day. So if we don't have training, then I'll be hitting the gym. So we have there's one gym here, there's one supermarket, there's literally nothing else to do. It's either I'm training or I'm going to the gym, and then you have to just make your own food. There's only like one restaurant for the whole village, so everyone's there's literally nothing around here, bro. It's literally just playing my soccer, and just focusing on that. Just Netflix. I've been going through a whole bunch of Netflix series.
Holy, yeah. I guess, but then again,
it's definitely a different experience.
But that's it's the downside to playing for a big club or a big city, right? That's the less distraction. But
I wouldn't mind if I was in a city, because then it would be like, you can just go for a walk or something.
Mm-hmm.
But here you're walking and you're just walking around like the neighborhood, like all you see is houses and stuff.
How were the people?
They're all nice. They're all very welcoming. Yeah. So as soon as I got here, before I even played my first game, they were all very welcoming. Everyone kind of knows each other, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But like they welcomed me with open arms. The team welcomed me with open arms. Just like, yeah, everyone's very nice over here. I haven't had no problems with nobody. It's like everyone's very nice. Yeah, it's like it was easy to get like come in, just be the new guy. But it was very easy.
Was this your first time traveling outside to play soccer, to play for work?
Yeah. So I played in the States and stuff, but the States is kind of like Toronto, so it's not that much of a difference. But definitely, first time I'm living on my own. First time I'm like playing like football, soccer, in a different country. The like different environment. So it's like it was very new. It's a very new experience that I'm like going through. But I wouldn't change it, to be honest.
And like,
it's a learning experience.
How's the experience so far, man? I'm sure it has its challenges.
I'm loving it. Yeah. So I've learned how to cook a little bit from YouTube and stuff. Yeah, but it's like, I know that I've been like, I've known that I can live on my own kind of thing, but this is where like it's been tested, and it's like, yeah, I can like survive. I can take care of myself. And then it helps that you look forward to game days and stuff, and you have trainings every other day and whatever. So it's like you live in the professional life, and like, what more can you ask for?
It's true. But it is like you said, like,
I asked for this life.
That's what I'm saying. That's about to, that is the life that you wanted, right? And
yeah,
it's something you worked hard for to get there. So it only, like you said, it only goes up from here. And I know with your type of mentality and your commitment, and I know where you come from. So like without that, like I'm not gonna even question your hard work and commitment. So it's only up from here. Getting started, bro.
Hopefully this is like a door that I can open for all the homies that are trying to make it to the pro world or whatever. But like, because I know a whole bunch of guys that really want to play and stuff. So I'm trying to build my connects and stuff, and then get everyone in there as soon as possible, as soon as I can, obviously, because I'm trying to eat with all my guys, you know.
Share the wealth, man. That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up, bro.
always,
I wish I was there with you, man.
always.
Good thing
Oh,
I
for sure,
retired way
fam.
too early.
Hey, we could still. Hey, we have to do that alumni game for sure.
I think so too.
Get all the guys back out and just face the younger boys, the younger
I think
generation.
so too. We might have to plan that out. We're gonna need you though for sure. You're gonna
No,
hold us down
for sure.
We don't have no more stamina left in us. Like, I think we keep up with these young boys.
Yeah.
No, man, Omar, I really, really appreciate you giving me this time. I know it's a late night for you. But you, like I said, like I can't think of how proud I am to not only be to share the same field as you, but just to be a friend. And
it means a lot. It means a lot for sure.
That's what, bro. It's just the truth. I know your pops. Like, I'm sure how proud he is of you right now and how happy he is. I'm sure once you see this interview, he's probably gonna go crazy. But nah, man. I love to like to continue this conversation another time. My platform is yours. Sure. Any moment, anytime you want to come on, and please let's do this again, bro.
Yeah, I'm down. I appreciate you having me. This is by far like it's catching up, you know, at the same time, reminiscing about the good old days and stuff. Our paths have gone separate ways and stuff, but it's always nice catching up and whatever, you know. Yeah,
now that's what's
I appreciate
up,
you having me, fam.
Appreciate you, bro. We'll talk soon, my guy.
Yeah, for sure, fam. Take care.
I see you, brother. Stay healthy.
You too, bro.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.